Welcome to the Underground Nation podcast, where we uncover the rawest talent in the game. Today we feature DIMO, reppin' Lubbock, Texas by way of Cleveland, Ohio. From shows in Florida to his first single, it was DVFT. Gravity, DIMO brings heart, hustle, and truth in every bar. Get ready as your host with the ghost, Ball Boogie, dives into his story and grind.
Yo, what's good, Underground Nation? You're tapped in with your host with the ghost, Ball Boogie. And tonight, we got a special one for y'all. We're bringing in an artist who's been carving his own lane with raw emotion, real stories, and a versatile style that blends rap and R&B in a way that hits straight to the soul. You might have caught his tracks like Lost Souls, Gaslight, NBA, and She Wrong floating across your playlist. And if you haven't, you're about to get put on. This man is not just a rapper, not just a singer, he's an entertainer in every sense of the word, from acting and modeling to dancing and creating. He's living proof of turning dust into diamonds. Underground Nation, lock in, turn it up, and let's welcome to the mic, DIMO.
Yo, what's up, y'all? What's up?
DIMO, welcome on to the show, man. How are you?
Feeling good, honestly. This is kind of one of those the exciting moments.
Well, good. I'm glad I could be a part of that moment.
Me too. I'm grateful.
Absolutely. Well, we got introduced by a good friend of mine, and I went digging and did some research and found some really cool music that you had put out. And I'm dying to learn more about it. Cool?
All right. Yeah, definitely. Let's get it.
Well, I just really want to start from the basics. You know what I mean? You're a new artist. I just want me and the listeners to know, well, how can I say this? From just getting introduced to you, who is DIMO? What do you want people to feel when they hear your name?
Oh, man. So DIMO is like a personification of my emotions. So what I want people to feel is their raw emotion. Like I want people to like be like, oh man, did you hear that one track? Like I had, before Gaslight came out. Actually, no, it wasn't Gaslight. It was my song My Boo. I put out a song called My Boo, and before I put it out, I had showed it to a couple people who like knew I made music, and this one girl just started crying.
Oh man.
Like I was like, are you okay? Like I wasn't ready for her to be crying. She was like, she let me know, she was like, yeah, I'm fine. It's just, that's literally my life right now. And she was like, and the fact that you barely know me and you were able to make a song that could speak my life like that is insane and amazing. Wow. Like I was just like, wow. It was one of those moments that let me know that like music is, is more powerful than like people really think or even give it credit. Because I be saying the same shit about Drake's music. Drake be making songs and I get mad because why are you singing my life right now?
Yeah, it makes complete sense. You but from your point of view, you're more than just a musician. You described yourself as an artist, actor, dancer, and entertainer. Can we learn which lane came first and which lane do you see carrying your future?
So if I really think about it, I've been singing and writing poetry since I was 5. So that came first. The singing and the songwriting came first. Even though, I didn't know, like, I didn't find out that writing poetry was the equivalent to writing songs until I was, like, much, much older. And then, like, as I got older, my sister, Mila, introduced me into, like, fashion. She helped me I would leave the house looking crazy. Looking crazy. Mind you, I'm a kid, but she would be like, you can't wear those pants with that shirt. or you can't wear that shirt with those pants. You got to pick one. And like she would make me go and change, and like she would help me pick out different outfits. So that led to like the fashion, and in the process of all of that, like the dancing came along because she also taught me how to dance. But the ones who taught me how to rap, I had like 5 mentors. You know, I had 5 mentors, and for 2 years I sat in the basement, you know, with them every time it came to music. And like for 2 years, like I told, my ideas were garbage. It was trash. And every once in a while they'd be like, okay, that part right there, that bar, that was a good bar, but then like the rest, throw that out. So they helped me study music and like mold me into being able to think with my poetic brain and my music brain at the same time.
That's very intriguing.
It's been a long journey.
Yeah, I was going to say, that must have been some pretty hardcore mentorship. I mean, you weren't locked in the basement being forced to learn the music, were you?
Right. Stuck in a different kind of lab.
Right.
No, I wasn't locked in there though. It was just so one of the main mentors was my cousin Coy.
Okay.
And him, my cousin Mike, their homeboy Vic, Lando, and Bizarre, they all had their own music group called the Landlords when they were living up in Cleveland. Right. And so when they heard me like doing my little freestyle thing, I've been good at freestyling, but they heard it and they were like, "Man, you really gonna do this?" I was like, "Yeah." So like I live with my cousin, and like I took the basement as my room, and so like, but that was also the man cave. So we all was constantly around each other whenever they come around, and they help mold me. Like Vic helped me learn how to sing. Coy, Lando helped me learn how to be melodic and write my music. Bizarre helped me be clever with like my idiocies, and Mike was the one who gave me like the ability to understand delivery and stage presence.
Wow, incredible. So this is a family influence.
Yeah, big family influence.
Are they still at it today as well?
No, like now they all got like professional jobs and businesses and stuff. But you know, I send them my music every time I make something new. Every time I make a new song, before I even put it out, for the most part, I send it to them, and I get their opinion. And that, like, you know, they'd be like, "Man, that was like my last album, the Lost Souls album. I sent them everything, and they told me they were liking it. A few songs that, you know, weren't really their vibe, but that's anybody."
Sure, absolutely. So help me clarify. You just mentioned Cleveland. I was under the impression that you were over in Texas somewhere. Where were you born, and where do you represent today?
Okay, so I was born in like Toledo, Ohio.
Okay.
And I grew up between there and Cleveland. And then like as I got like to like the end of middle school, beginning of high school, summer college, I was in Orlando, Florida, and causing a whole ministry, I was a menace out there. So my mom sent me here where I'm at now, which is like Lubbock, Texas. She sent me here back when I was like 17 actually. Okay. And I went back to all my roots and did everything, and now I'm back in Texas. I am in Lubbock right now, and I'm trying to. It's actually a nice city. It's pretty cool. It's one of those places that I do consider home now that I've like been here so long. So I guess right now I'm representing Lubbock, but we always represent, you know, the CLE and the Big O. Always got to represent the homeland.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it seems like you want to travel eventually. Maybe start doing some out-of-state shows, and maybe get built up, start doing a tour.
Yeah, that's definitely a big goal. Like there was supposed to be a tour going on that I was like, on the roster for, but then there was a lot of like miscommunication going on, and like people saying one thing, but really it didn't happen, or it wasn't happening the way they were saying. So I pulled myself out of it. I didn't want to be tied to something that like really was just gonna go nowhere. Like I had already been building up people to like be ready for the tour. I was like, man, I'm supposed to be going on a tour. I got invited on a tour, and then once that all happened, I kind of told him, I was like, you know what, take me off. Y'all can't figure out how we getting paid and all of this other stuff. I just need to be off of it. And, do I want more shows? Absolutely. I want to. Sure. I noticed that because I follow a lot of my streams and where everything is going. So like, I definitely got to go. I got to hit my hometowns. Like I got to hit Ohio. I got to hit Florida. And then out here in Texas alone, like people in Dallas and San Antonio, like Houston. Apparently, I'm starting to blow up in like Washington and Denver, getting more plays out there. So I think that's really cool. So those are like some places that I want to end up going and being seen, like even if it's for one night only.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I'm in Denver, so if you ever want to plan that out, I'm your guy.
Definitely.
Very cool. I'm glad how Denver crept in there.
Right.
Cool. The universe works in strange ways, my man.
Yes, it does.
So as I stated earlier, I was doing some research on you as an artist, and one thing that stood out to me, taking dust and making diamonds, that was in your bio. What does that mean to you in real life?
If you're vibing with Demo, then you're only scratching the surface of what's happening in the underground. Tap into underground-nation.com, your official gateway to raw talent, real stories, and music that hits different. From exclusive artist interviews to behind-the-scenes features, we're always digging deep to find the best to be found in the underground. Walk in, turn up, and stay tuned. This is the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie.
So that actually comes from a phrase my aunt told me.
Okay.
She would always call me, and I don't know if she made this reference from Aladdin or not, but she would always say, I'm the diamond in the rough of the family. And so I kind of like, I think it was pretty recently in this like last couple years, I actually like sat down and looked at like the path that my life has gone, and like I've had so many things go on that like most people would have literally something they've never done, or they wish they could do, or things like that. And I had to put myself into these positions on my own. I literally had nothing but like the phrase making diamonds out of dust is just like, I've taken the literal scraps that I see like, oh, well, this is my path that I'm going to take, that I'm paving myself and like digging it out and just making it into something that's like fruitful for me. Right. Kind of like how the world turns coals into diamonds, just applying all the pressure that I can to these goals. Yeah.
So is that a meaning that you're willing to take the pressure and put yourself in uncomfortable situations?
Yeah, I definitely am. I've had to, because you can't achieve anything always waiting for something to be handed to you.
That's right.
If you're not willing to get out there and put yourself out there, then then you're not worth looking at.
That's right.
Like even with like and that was a trait I realized I had with like friends. We would go out and they'd be like, oh, that girl is cute. And I'd just be like, go talk to her. Like, go see what she's about. She's a girl. That's it. That's all she is a girl. She's not like, it's not like you're talking to the creator of the universe right now. But yeah, that's how a lot of people would equate it. So then I'd be the one to go and just be like, hey, my friend thinks you're cute. And da 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 da. And then I end up being the one they're interested in. Yeah, because I put myself out there. So like, it's like, okay, and that's why I make the music that I do, is because if I can't put myself out there, it's not worth listening to.
Yeah.
If like the stories that I give you in my music are not something you can either, like, actually, you don't have to be the one person to relate to it. Like, it's just, right. You can tell it's authentic. So by telling it's authentic, that makes it like, that's what gives it its value, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Like, yeah, those are the things that are like, okay, like he really, does these things, or he's gone through these things that he says in his music.
That's right. Do what you say and say what you mean. Or how?
Yeah.
Did I say that right?
I think live what you say and say what you mean. Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. It's definitely a good way to put it.
Right.
Well, when it comes to music, you mentioned an album called Lost Souls. Yes. When I was listening to that on the YouTube, I felt a lot of different things, and I wanted to ask you: do you write from a place of pain, from imagination, or kind of a mix?
Kind of a mix. Like, sometimes I will write things that haven't happened yet, but I want to happen.
Okay, manifesting over here.
Yeah, that's my manifestation. Like, I'm speaking it into existence. So
all right, power of the tongue.
There are
here
some
we go.
moments. Yeah, there are some moments that like haven't happened, but for the most part, it's either my own experience, like, or now my song, "When Daddy Calls." That song was written from my pain. Muse music was written from both a yearning and my imagination, like, or what in I don't remember if I put endless or limitless. Endless potential, I think, was what I titled it. That one was written from my history, so I guess that one would be also from my pain or my experiences, like my past and like things that I wanted or would dream of having in the future, and the combination of the two.
That's incredible. It almost seems like you wrote this down somewhere and you got it just tacked on your wall, and you're like, this is what I'm doing.
No, the only thing that's tacked on this wall is this space guy.
Okay, so that's where you're taking it, all the way to outer space.
Yeah, I want to.
Sky's the limit.
Like Xenon the sequel, which I don't think young crowd's gonna know what that is.
I don't even think I know what that is.
Disney. Old Disney movie.
Oh, okay. All right. Gotcha. Well, you released songs like NBA, She Wrong, and Gaslight. They all sounded personal when I listened. Do you see music as, I guess you already kind of said it, music as therapy, or is it more from a storytelling standpoint?
Well, for me, it's both. Like, I grew up listening, like, in the process of growing up and, like, during my little mentorship, I was listening to people like Nas and Busta Rhymes and Method Man and DMX and Snoop Dogg and all of them, and, like, Exhibit and all these great, phenomenal artists, 50 Cent, even Eminem. Like, I at the end of the day, do I get annoyed when everybody tries to label Eminem as the greatest rapper alive? Yes, because to me, there are other people out there who would beat him in a rap battle. But he is on the list of the greats because they all tell stories. All of them are storytellers. Tupac was the biggest storyteller. He would tell the better stories that, like, rappers didn't understand, while Biggie was telling a story, but it was also, well, oh wait, I got that backwards. Biggie was a storyteller. Tupac was telling the story that was real. Or like when Nas made the song "I Give You Power," that song was a story from the perspective of a gun, but it was real because you're not gonna think of these experiences unless you deal with it. You know, so it's like, okay, I got a gun. Like, this is, what is my gun's daily life? You know? So, like, with She Wrong, and NBA, and definitely Gaslight, because Gaslight wasn't even supposed to be called Gaslight. It was supposed to be called Soul Ties. But my friend said it sounded like gaslighting. So I changed it. And it fit. But those songs were from, like, a combination of my life experiences and telling the story. Because I feel like, like I said, it's not... If I can't put what's real, if I can't be vulnerable on my tracks, then how can I expect people to really relate to any of the music I put out?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, then how do you balance being vulnerable in your lyrics with protecting your personal life?
Usually my, like, I put things from my past, things that have already happened. Like, it's kind of rare for me to write a song about what's going on in my life now, and even then, I just don't give everybody all the details. You know, like my song Vulnerability. Like, I wrote that whole thing in the moment of, like, listening to it. I had this girl in the studio, and we were just sitting there. I was like, "Do you like this beat?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "Okay, well, I'm gonna have you be on the track." And she said, "All right." So I started writing it, and it came to me as I was, like, because I'm not really that empathetic, but if I get to know people, I can tell what their emotions are in those moments. So feeding off of her feelings and her emotions and her energy, I was also able to combine it with mine and write, like, the song.
Absolutely. So when you have those moments where you maybe hit writer's block, what pulls you back into your creative zone?
You're tuned in to the Underground Nation podcast with your host with the ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. If you're feeling the energy from Demo, don't go anywhere. We're just getting started. Be sure to check out underground-nation.com, your source for the dopest new talent, exclusive interviews, and everything rising from beneath the surface. Now, it's time for a music break. This is Demo with Lost Souls.
Life's steady changing. Don't know who to trust now. This shit get dangerous. It's the road that we go down. Whoa, no saving your soul. No saving your soul. No saving my soul. Don't make me lose control. It's the life I chose.
Coming up, we had to learn how to hustle. These niggas didn't like us, we had us some stuff. Got us a pack, start moving muscle. They say you can't beat them, then nigga you bust. I was running the field trying to catch me a pass. Found me a plug and start moving grab. Made 50K off of that and a little hash. Now these hoes trying to give up some ass. They talk about the mob, get tied up and robbed. They're raising my ops, like I'm Black Rob. This real life, we live no facades. Knock off his dreads and give him a bob. Send him in pieces right back to his mom. I'm sorry, 2 to 3 bullets that sprinkle like Lowry. These do not invite me out to no parties. No one pull up trying to catch me a ball. We was moving around like the cartel. I know it's hard to tell. Ringing them niggas shit like a bell. We making every sale. We pushing through in a major way. You gotta pay to play. Putting this all on the layaway. Now it's face on display. Been watching how a nigga pausing up. That little hoe you in love with toast up. My diamonds on my neck, they flossing her. Wrist look like it's on water. Wrist look like it's on water.
Life's steady changing. Don't know who to trust now. This shit get dangerous. It's the road that we go down. Whoa, no saving your soul.
got a bob, no solid side. My ass a muffle, keep an eye on the pot, don't let it bubble. Bubble, bubble, nigga, toil in trouble. Fire burn in the cauldron.
So like with the writer's block thing, because it definitely happens. I will sit down, I will take a break from my music. Whenever I get writer's block on my music, I will take a break, and I will actually go to some of my cousins who I've made music with, and I'll either help them write a song, or I ask them for their opinions and to help me finish it, because I'll be like, bro, I can't think of anything else. Like my mind is a blank, you know. Like Change is Pain. I was in the zone, sitting on Instagram Live, made the first verse, and like started writing the second, but I couldn't think of a hook. And so my cousin came, and I was like, here's what I got. I was like, they were like, what you been working on? And I showed him, and he was like, can I get on that one? I said, you know what? Yes, because I have nothing else. Like, that's why you'll see TTR as the hook as for that song, and I'm doing the verses because I couldn't think of anything. And those are the moments where, like, okay, now that I've got some new energy, new experience going on, and like new thoughts flowing with mine, I can think of something else. And like, sometimes being around the people that I make music with helps me to write a song. Or like, just the other day I started writing a song for like this. I just decided to start another project, and I started writing a song because of a girl I got introduced to. You know, okay. I went out of town with my friend, and you know, I ended up meeting somebody, and she was really cool, like actually very chill person. And we all was hanging out, having a good time, and then it inspired me to write a song. I was just like, you know what? I need to write a song. Like, I need to release this song that I'm supposed to have set to release already. So I set it to release, and then I started writing another song right after that. Like, no beat, just just words.
Incredible. So this female friend that you mentioned, is she still in your life today? Did it go any further from there?
We're just we just became friends, so it's nothing like nothing special. It's just,
I thought the song we made
just somebody I just met.
Feet.
Yeah, like, and you never know. Like, I always think, and it's always funny because that's a question a lot of people ask me. They're like, well, who is this song about? Who is this song about? And I'm like, sometimes it's about nobody in particular. Right. I just got inspired by, like, I could say it's about people because certain people inspired it, but like, that'd be a lie. Right, you know, it's like they helped inspire the song, yes, but it's not a song about them. Right. You know.
Totally
so
get it.
That happens a lot.
Well, then, with future projects, if you could collaborate with any artist right now, in indie or mainstream, who would push you the hardest?
Ooh. Okay. Now this one I actually have a list of people for. All right.
Okay. Give it the top one.
The top ones, I would do a song with with Giveon for sure. Even though it irks my soul, the man irks my the way women are obsessed with this man, it irks me. But I like, respectfully, I would do a song with Chris Brown. Definitely do a track with like Doja or Megan. You got like there's like another person, Childish Gambino. If Childish Gambino were to ever call me and be like, hey, I want you on a track, I'm dropping everything. Like, the only way I wouldn't would be like, I'm in the studio right now with like JID and J. Cole. I'm them too. I'm gonna do a track. I want to do a track with them too, because them dudes is cool. Earth Gang, all of them, fantastic artists. Denzel Curry, another one. Oh my God! Like, yeah, it's a large list of artists.
Do you feel just scoring one of those as a feature would change the game for you?
Yeah, I do. Kind of the same way. Vic Mensa scoring a song with like Kanye West changed everything for him. You know, like that song, nobody knew who Vic Mensa was until You Mad came out. People knew who Chance the Rapper was, but nobody knew who Chance was until Cocoa Butter Kisses with Twista came out. You know, and Vic Mensa was on that too, but nobody's aware that was Vic for the most part. So it's like it's definitely I definitely have learned that doing tracks with like people with certain names changes the game. Just like Lil Baby. Lil Baby started out featuring, like, the thing that blew him up was a feature with Drake. You know, like, that was the one that, we all got to know who Lil Baby is now. So, right. Yeah, I can definitely say that people who are already in those positions where they have the following and the background and the everything just will help anyone's career. Anyone.
Sure, absolutely. Absolutely. You just got to build up your audience and start growing your revenue streams so you can reinvest into a big collaboration like that one day. With that said, what's been your biggest challenge as an independent artist trying to grow your audience?
Probably the biggest challenge is getting people to actually like tune in of their own free will. That's probably the biggest challenge because, like, I tell people, I do my self promotions and stuff, and I set things up to like pay people for advertising and things like that. But it is like one of those, I want someone to be like, man, I just happened across your music, like, and it was good. Like, that'd be great. So probably the hardest part is, getting people to listen to it of their own free will, or like when people say they listen to it, but don't, like they're like, I listen to your music, and I'm like, oh yeah, what songs? Like, what songs have you heard? And then like they're just trying to be, cordial in public, and now I done embarrassed them because I done asked you for proof of what you say.
Right. Yeah. Well, can I ask what kind of marketing that you have put out there in the past that didn't bring that attention that you were hoping to gain, or a dedicated audience?
I think it was because like I've always viewed myself as being the person that people like to be seen with in public, but nobody wants to be known in private. So I'll do my own, like, I got a show coming, and I'll post that I'm going to be performing and everything. And then, like, those don't really work out. Or I'll have somebody else do it, and then the people that told them they were going, they'll come. So I've kind of noticed when my self-promotion, like, outside of meeting me in person or, like, having a conversation with me, people don't really take it seriously as I do. So,
and is this coming from your warmer market or your cold market?
I think I would say like probably from both my more my warmer market, because like I said, I have people.
The warmer market's always going to be haters. Those are your biggest haters always.
Yeah.
Just because they've seen you grow up, they've seen you make mistakes, right? And so when you start taking something serious, they're like, well, I already know, bro. Like, whatever. I mean, that's just how it is in general. And that's why I say most of us find our biggest supporters from complete strangers.
That's true. Like, I can honestly say too, like, it's one of those things I always tell people. They're like, man, like, living in this city is just nothing but haters. And like, I always say, like, I like the haters. I want as many haters as I can get, because every time somebody hates on me to somebody else, that person that they hating on me to is gonna go find out why they hating.
That's right.
And then they're gonna see if what they're saying is valid or not.
Yeah. And you're easy to find. You're active on IG. I found you on TikTok, Threads. I found you on Twitter or X. I mean,
Oh yeah.
which of these platforms has given you the most love, and which one has been the hardest to crack?
I don't really do much on Twitter, so I'm not surprised if like Twitter doesn't really give me much love. IG gives me a lot of love. Like I've gotten a lot of love on IG. TikTok is like 50-50, is hit or miss. Same with Threads. Threads is like, I think Threads is gonna be the new Twitter, honestly. But so that one's kind of doing a lot as well. So I think probably the best one is like Instagram. Instagram gives me the most like feedback for everything that I do. I get the most views and consistency out of my audience.
Did you know the number one social media channel as of today is none of the ones that I mentioned?
Really? Is it Snapchat?
It is.
I knew it. I got money in Snapchat.
Sure is.
Yeah, Snapchat probably more than anything. Sometimes I'll post things on Snapchat and like I intentionally make my Snapchat posts few far and in between, and people are always ready. They're like, oh, he posted something, okay, and so like I get my views up on Snapchat a lot. In like I guess on a consistent basis, yeah. So really, Snapchat.
Okay, there it is. Go find Demo. Oh wait, how did we find you on social media? There was a special way to find you on social media.
Oh, so all my social media tags are Demo Tape, DIMO TAPE, all one word. I try to keep it all the same. It might be changing because of this advertising contract I got, but I'll be sure to let people know on the old platforms what it changes to.
Okay.
The underground never sleeps, and neither does the movement. The brand new issue of Underground Nation magazine is here packed front to back with exclusive artist interviews, raw stories, and the culture you can't find anywhere else. If you live for the underground, the music, the grind, the lifestyle, this magazine is for you. Don't wait. Don't sleep on it. Support the movement and grab your copy today at ugnstore.com. That's ugnstore.com. Get plugged into the underground and order your copy today.
So you're saying you're like signing over for them to take over your social media channels or something?
Yeah. Like I'm trying to become more professional with how I do things. You know, it's cool having my own personal channels and people tuning into those, but at the same time, I do want there to be a level of professionalism. That way, I don't know. I'm thinking about for the day that, like, you know, certain people come and see and they're like, oh, well, I want to work with him. He's a good investment. I want people to look at me and say that's a good investment. And they can't do that off. They're probably not going to do that off a personal channel because I know I wouldn't. You know, I want to see a professional page.
I mean, your YouTube, it was all music based. It was professional. When I saw your TikTok, it was very professional. It complemented your YouTube actually, and the IG also. They are all blended well together. So I would say I didn't even look at it as like a personal channel. It's an artist page.
Oh, well, that's appreciated. That's the first time I've heard it because to me that's one of those things. Is like from my perspective, I know like, well, these are the things that I just be on, like, you know, and I'm trying to make them, and I've tried to evolve those pages into professional pages.
Have you ever tried to do like live streaming on any of these? Like let people into your time when you're writing lyrics, or maybe when you're recording, maybe behind the scenes of a show, stuff like that.
Actually, yes, I do that. So that is one of the main things I do on TikTok and Instagram. So like on Instagram, sometimes I'll log in and it'll be when I'm in the studio recording a song.
Yeah.
In the
Yeah,
process
we
of
want to
making
see
music.
that behind the scenes shit. People love
Yeah,
it. We know with all the AI shit going on, man, the more authentic you can show your audience, the more they're going to relate to you. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. Like, actually, I wrote Gaslight on like live streaming on TikTok. I was literally sitting there and like they were like, play this song, play that song. I was like, look, y'all, I'm not doing music requests right now. Right now, y'all getting to see me write a song that's gonna be a hit,
right.
like, and so on and so forth. And then like I went live again when I was recording it, and like one day I performed it and I was live for that too. So like I do a lot more. I think I do more live streaming through TikTok than I do anything else.
Yeah, you should pull up on us every Thursday night and Saturday night. We do a talent search where we go looking for underground artists. They donate a gift for us to play one of their songs. We review it live. You could join the panel and help us review songs. And if we like what we hear, we invite them to the hot seat where you are today to be interviewed on the podcast and magazine.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna definitely have to do that, especially as the new music's coming out.
Yeah, it definitely shows a lot of fun. The other night, I had one of my panel guests get a Galaxy before I did. I was like, hold on, man. This is my shit. You're over here getting paid. But it's dope, man. I like how it works like that. Everyone comes together for
Yeah,
one cause, you know?
definitely.
And I think people really don't look into. I mean, I think they get too blinded by the numbers, the followers, the streams, instead of being focused on building a real community. Do you feel artists get stuck in the same mindset?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because there are some people that I know that like their focus is on how people view them. Like instead of just making the build like world building, so to speak. Like it's like you're supposed to be focused on the world building, and
Yes.
that's how you got people like Travis Scott, you know, or Trippie Redd, or like those people were world building. Like they made sure that like, okay, you're gonna expect this type of feel when you come here, versus like, oh well, I got this many streams, I got that many streams. Like I had a dude that I used to be around, and he would always talk about the streams, and I was like, stop checking those.
Yeah.
I was like, stop checking your streams. I was like, the less you check your streams, the more streams you're gonna get. If you're constantly looking at how many people have viewed you this week, or today, or yesterday, or however you're looking at it, you're never going to achieve any new streams.
Yeah, I mean that's usually when you. I mean, that's usually when you hear an artist that's making new music. It's usually a case where they're putting all their money into the music, but they're putting zero money into marketing, or they do like the booster post on Facebook or on IG, or the booster post on TikTok, and they think that
Yeah,
that's marketing. I'm like, that's a sense of marketing, but it's not true marketing. And I
right.
always say the same dollar amount that you put into creating that song with recording, the album cover, distribution, copyright should be the same amount that you put into the marketing behind it.
I agree with that. I agree completely. That's why I got somebody that I'm turning over my advertising to, and like, so all the money that I'm putting into music is also going into the advertising.
Yeah, just make sure you keep control, because sometimes they'll put shit out that you didn't even fucking see or give the okay to, and they think it's dope and they think it represents you, and it doesn't.
Yeah, thankfully that's in the contract.
All right, cool. Well, do you see yourself as a brand or just an artist dropping songs?
um, yeah, I can say I see myself as a brand, simply because of the fact that like I've been I've been dipping my toes into like these different areas to expand, and like I'm working on getting merchandise, You know, like shirts and hoodies and pants and stuff like
there we
that.
go.
Like I've been working on a fashion deal to try to get my name on things, or like lyrics that I've put out onto things. So I like to think of myself as a brand, in that sense, where
Sure.
I'm working on making it a business that like will be seen through multiple outlets.
That's right. It's very cool. So when you look ahead, I don't know, say 5 years ahead from now, what does success look like for Demo?
Need custom merch that makes your brand stand out? Smokin' Barrel Apparel has you covered. From screen printing and embroidery to promo gear for your next event, we bring your vision to life. Trusted by artists, businesses, and creators across the underground nation. Visit smokinba.com today and gear up with style. Smokin' Barrel Apparel, where your brand, live your grind. Proud sponsor of the Underground Nation podcast.
Uh, 5 years from now, success looks like people listening to my music. That's what success looks like. Success
And
looks
wearing
like,
your merch.
yeah, like, you know, where somebody wearing the merch, or I'm getting the merch out, or even like, you know, I'm just chilling outside one day and somebody drives by and I'm like, I made that song that they're listening to, you know, like that's what success looks like to me. Success isn't a material thing, it's an ethereal thing for me. Like it's the full embodiment of me, essentially, for lack of a better term, being immortalized in the present day. You know, I want somebody to pull my song up 10 years from now, 12 years from now, 15 years from now, and be jamming to it, you know?
Yeah.
Like, to this day, somebody gonna listen, they're gonna listen to Yeah in the club. You know?
Oh,
And Yeah
yeah.
is well over 10, 15 years old. So those are the things that, like, to me are like what I consider successful. Like, I wanna be known, or at least be like, yeah, hearing and seeing my things out that I put out into the world still out there is my view of success.
Heck yeah, absolutely. With having that view, do you want to stay independent, or would you sign with the label if the deal was right?
If the deal is right, yeah. I actually I've already signed my first like contract with a group called Get Money Mob, and they've been, you know, helping me get like my views up and everything, like, and we're doing the best, we're doing what we can right now and getting everything like noticed and marketed well. And so but after this I'm you know, when the contract is up, I want somebody to approach, but I do want it to be like the right somebody. It can't just be anybody. Like I tell people all the time, like, they were like, man, if, you know, like, all respects to Drake and his abilities, if Drake came and asked me to sign, I'd say no. I would say no. I don't want to be affiliated with like his company. Music wise, sure, I'll probably do a feature with him, but like working for him, I don't know if that's somebody I want to work with, you know, or even who I don't even know who all has like labels. Like, you know, if I had to pick between Kendrick and J. Cole, I'd have a struggle. I'd probably lean more towards J. Cole, but like, you know, is there. There's just things like that.
Yeah, I get it. Well, whatever you choose, I hope you make a good decision, because over here at Underground Nation, we're 100% against record labels. You can do everything independent. You can do everything by yourself nowadays.
Definitely too.
But overall, whatever decision you make in the future, and now in the present, what impact do you want your music to leave on listeners?
I want more than anything. I want my daughter to be able to say she's proud to be my daughter.
Absolutely.
You know, like that. No matter what kind of music I make, and I even joke about it. I'm like, if my daughter ever brings somebody home and he's like, "Sir, I love your music," I'm gonna be like, "You can't date my daughter. You know too much. You know my music. Yeah, you gotta go. Like, I know the things that I say on my music. You don't need to be around her. That's not the guy for you."
Oh man.
But that like
fair warning.
Right, fair warning. That's the biggest thing. I need her to be able to say she's proud, to be my child, and I think
incredible.
I think just the world having their moments, like rest in peace. But my stepdad Jake, he to no matter where I'm at, the song "Always and Forever" will be by Heatwave.
Yeah.
It holds a very special place in my heart because of him, because of the moment that he had with that song, and like so on and so it's like that's what those are like my two biggest goals, is my music having a place in people's hearts, that past generations.
That's right. Absolutely. So with that said, and then the mindset that you're speaking from now, if you could speak to your younger self before dropping your first track, what advice would you have given him?
You're rocking with the Underground Nation podcast, where the underground gets loud. Keep up with the movement at underground-nation.com. Your all-access pass to the artists, the culture, and the grind that never sleeps. Stay tapped in and keep your speakers hot, because this next one's a vibe. This is Demo with Hidden Grooves.
I just gotta have it all you. To me, your body better than the sweetest nectar. Sweetest drink it down like tea every time we get together. She been telling me that she wants this to last forever, and I've been feeling like it's getting better. She's on my mind half the time, yeah, I like that. I treat her like a sucker, but she gonna suck me back. I give her wine, then I dine while I bend the back. I pull her hair like some braids, yeah, I'm riding that. And she ain't out here treat me like these other niggas. When you hit a line, she leaving you on delivered. And she blowing up my line, knowing that I'm coming home. She wanting me to rearrange her dome, because I hit it different every single time. Whenever we fuck, she be losing her mind. She saying she in love, and I'm thinking that it's fine, because I like to treat her like she was a glass of wine. So let me take a sip, and let me take a dip. Hey baby, just trip. You know I got that grip. I'm about to feel a little bit different this time, and let me put you in this position on your mind. Falling in love is what they say fucking do. There's a difference between me fucking you. When I say I love you, you know I'm telling you the truth. My gentle little flower, I'ma figure out your groove. Let me see how you move. Let me figure out your groove. Let me see how you move. Let me figure out your move. Show me how you groove. You the one that's taking that I'm fucking all these hoes. Knowing damn well that I'm coming straight home. You the one that's sitting at the front of my door. I love you like a crackhead, I can't leave you alone. I hope you can see things are different this time. It's me and you and the baby on my mind. I wanna find your
I would have told him to save it. I would have told him to save it. Save it for now. Save it for when I'm out now. Because that's when it would have done great things. Like, record it. That's cool. Record it, but hold it.
Yeah.
Like, hold it to the point where now, like, this is when you drop that song. Because the first song I ever released was called DV. It was DV. Like, for domestic violence. And it was a song I wrote with a dude named Gravity when I was living in Florida.
Okay. Gotcha.
That was almost like 10 years ago, and that is only available on like SoundCloud.
Ooh, yeah. Those exclusives on SoundCloud. You gotta love those.
Yeah, I got a couple of them on there, but like not too many. That's where I put what I consider my failed projects.
Yeah, absolutely. I kind of put my scraps over there too for my fans to go see what never made it to the main channels.
Right.
Definitely cool. Well, Demo, it's been a very cool conversation. This is where I kind of give you your time for anything you want to promote, shout anyone out, give your thank yous. It's your time to shine, my man.
Well, shoot. Let's see. I got my next single is dropping. It's called Hidden Grooves. It comes out actually on my birthday on September 15th.
Woo.
Also,
how young are you?
Oh, how old am I? I'm about to be 33 this year.
33. Look, you're still a spring chicken, ladies and gentlemen.
Charming. I also want to say thank you to you and our boy Craig for introducing us. Cause it's a great opportunity. Shouts out to the Give Money Mob for making sure that I stay funded. My videographers, everybody who's helped support me up until this point. Thank y'all, and thank you for the people who are out there listening to the music right now or whenever you're listening to it. I appreciate everybody so much. Because this stuff it takes a larger toll on the soul than people actually understand. So I'm glad that I'm able to help people with my music and do things. So thank you, everybody.
Absolutely. Demo, you're an incredible artist. You got our support here at Underground Nation. So when you drop that single and anything that's up and coming, please send it our way, and we will do our best to help you push it out to the masses.
Absolutely will do.
All right, cool. Well, that was a powerful conversation, Underground Nation. Big respect to our guy Demo for sliding through and dropping gems about the grind, the music, and the mindset it takes to shine. So make sure you go run up his streams on all social media. Follow him at Demotape, DIMOTAPE at Demotape on all platforms to stay tapped in with the journey. I'm your host with the Ghost Bounce Ball Boogie in Underground Nation. We will see you next time.
That was another killer episode of the Underground Nation podcast with your host, with the Ghost, Bounce Ball Boogie. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our guests on all social and streaming platforms, and show your support for the Underground at underground-nation.com, where real music lives, loud and proud. Until next time, keep it raw, keep it heavy, and keep it underground.